Hello, beautiful people. It is Sonia. Hopefully you see me here in the mirror. You know the drill. It is day 3. We're sitting back down and we're going to be doing some more jewelry today. I have an idea. I was inspired by my own bracelet that I was sharing with you guys. Oh, I don't even have it on. It was the one that I showed you yesterday that had turquoise beads. And then I had actually one of these guys on top of it and right here. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of using these for earrings, since the last time I made them, they all sold out as earrings, or as bracelets rather. They're so pretty. I'm going to use the last 4 I have and I'm going to make them into bracelets. So I went out to the bead bar and I picked up some gorgeous opalite, by the way. If you ever run out of containers and you thrift a lot like me, a great use of them is for your beads. So I've got all kinds of divided dishes out there with various beads, but we're going to do an opalite bracelet, beaded bracelet today. Beaded bracelets are so popular. I'm talking about beaded bracelets like this, but except we're going to make one and we're going to put a little butterfly and I'm going to show you how I hide my knot. Oh, look at that little guy there. Are you supposed to be in here? I guess you are. You just look a little darker. But opalite, which to the side, is this beautiful opalescent glass beads, and these are man-made. They're gorgeous. They have a beautiful glow to them. The metaphysical properties are all about basically associated with being your bright, beautiful self. And so there's such a beautiful glow. And I'm going to tell you that kids are drawn to these and adults alike. I have this in the form of crystals and you can see how they glow and can you see that little bit of light that kind of hits them underneath? And it's so fun to make jewelry. So this is day 3 of 30 of making a jewelry every single day. Join me because I do all kinds of different jewelry for the shop. I just finished this piece for myself, so I want to share with you guys what that looks like. I'm very happy with it. So it all started, and this is one of the reasons why I love making jewelry, is because you can make it for yourself. You can make it for gifts for other people. If you're somebody that also has a store, whether online, a physical, you do like vendor shows, it is a beautiful thing to learn. And honestly, I have been craving sitting down here at the table. I've had a busy day today. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, as we get going here. But this is kind of inspiration. I purchased this ring in Arizona, out in Tucson when we went for the gem show. It's pink rhodonite. I love that one. Heart chakra. If you know, you know. And then so it's just a beautiful loving stone. And actually, speaking of jewelry, this piece that I have on today, I actually made this. I've been teaching myself silversmithing, and I went at a state and I took a class on how to make this beautiful what do they call it? Spinner rings, like anxiety rings. They're cute. They're awesome just as they are, but you make them so that these little bands can actually swivel. So, you can kind of twist them around, put them on whatever finger. I made mine big for a thumb ring because I like to stack my rings, but kind of fun, right? So stay tuned. Right now, I'm sharing the side of where I make this kind of fun costume jewelry. This is one that I made here. Since I'm saying what ones I made on my arms, my son made these, who remembers the Junk Monkey days. So I made this one here as well. So I got the ring and then I'm like, I love this pink stone. It's so pretty. So then I made myself a bracelet and I put the moon onto it, the pewter moon. And then from there, I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to make myself a really cool choker style necklace. So I love the style where I like a lot of blingy things, clickety clackety, fun, just eclectic. So I made this so this would be on the front. This is a phoenix. And if you know about the phoenix rising out of the ashes, it basically rebirths itself, right? So it says, just begin again. And I love that. So with the arrow. This is kind of what I put together here. I'm going to make some bracelets today, but I want to show you. We'll probably make some of these as well because I'm all sold out in the shop. But this is how I wear them. So once they're done, these are done wire style. We're going to do stretch bracelets today. Stay tuned for wire style. We will get into it. But yeah, sometimes I'll put it off to the side right here. This is another little necklace that I have on my moon. Just begin again, right? Just beautiful, intentional jewelry. Tell me if you love it. Tell me if you love it. So when you come to our shop, we have what's called a bead bar. And if I sound wound up today, it's because I just finished scrubbing the kitchen floor. I kid you not. I know, I'm getting it all done today. I just got to move all my stuff. I put my earrings up from the last 2 days on Etsy. 1 pair is sold. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know who you are, and I thank you. And then I just pick up like rocks and stuff too for my displays. But yeah, I'm on the go today. I got up this morning and, you know, went to the gym, day 3. So day 3, going to the gym with Matt, learning how to use the machines. I am feeling great, my friends. I feel like every day my energy just goes higher and higher. I'm getting up earlier and earlier, and I feel amazing. So I'm just going to tell you that if you're not feeling your best self, go out and take a walk, literally. I'm going to go take another walk in nature after we build some bracelets. So let me show you how I do this. I have a template here that I use, and it makes it really easy so that when people come to the shop, they're like, well, how do I make a bracelet? Well, I'm going to show you all the ways, but this really makes it easy. So the average bracelet that you find around the world, you know, if you go and you pick up a grab-and-go bracelet pre-made, they're usually made to the typical standard size of 6.5 inches. That's the average stretch bracelet that fits the average arm. Now you're going to know yourself if you're a little bit smaller, maybe more of a petite wrist. By now you probably know yourself. You may want to do a 6. Or if you feel like your wrist is a little more wider than the average bear, you may want to go with a 7, or there's 7 3/4. But this one here, 9 out of 10 times works for everybody. It is the average size. Plus these are stretch bracelets. So the nice thing is, and stay tuned because I've got a bunch of tools that I use. I'm going to create a little shop where you can get all the links to everything I use. But this might be helpful, and this might be something that you've never used before. So be prepared to be inspired. Everybody usually, when I sit down with them and I show them how to make their bracelets, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Knowledge is power. If you don't know, you don't know, right? You didn't know it existed. I think that's a Stanley piece of fur there. All right. Hello to Stanley Cat. So, yeah, so 6.5 inches. That means that regardless of the size of the crystals that you pick, all you have to do, my friend, is drop them in here. This is your wrist. You guys see that? I think you can, okay? So this is your wrist right here. And this is how we create the circle of the wrist. And the moment it touches, all the beads touch. Actually, that one's kind of being kicked out there, so I don't think he's needed. All right, so that right there would create the perfect size bracelet. But wait, there's more. What did I do with my little thingamabobs? So what I do is I like to hide the knot. If I'm making these for sale, you know, I like them to have a finish, polished, a look to them. So if you don't, like these were pre-made, I've had these for a long time. They're special to me. They're goldstone. And you'll see here, right? You can see where it was tied right there. And I don't mind that. But when I sell them, and if I'm making them, I do like to think about the end user. And if I'm trying to make pretty bracelets, well, I want them to, you know, feel good on somebody's arm. And I want to hide the knot, and I want it to feel like it has a professional finish to it. So I picked up these metal beads. Again, stay tuned for all the links if you are feeling inspired to create jewelry with me. Oh my gosh, if you want to learn a new skill this summer, stay tuned, friends. Stay tuned. So these here are awesome. Do you see how they have a wider hole? That is because, or that is why I selected them. So that way when I tie the knot, I can stick it in the hole and nobody will know, right? It'll just be right here and the knot will be under it. So this is a silver one. You can get these in different styles. Let me just drop this in here somewhere so you can see it. And once I put that in, that takes up a little bit of the circumference, so it may push beads out. We'll see. Let me lay it flat so I can eyeball it up. Make sure they're all in there. Are you all in there? Are you all in there? All right, I think that's good. I don't think he's going to fit. That might make it a little bit bigger. Let's see. Actually, no, he fits fine. Okay, so he fits perfectly. What I want to do is make sure, let me tip it up real quick so you can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? It goes, ah! Okay, you saw it, right? You saw it. You saw it. It's all good. So you lay it all out. You put in your little piece that's going to be, imagine it being under the arm. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut some string. So this is my favorite string here. It is, what is it? 7 millimeters. And what I do is I usually, this is about, I don't know, I think 12, 13 inches across. Nobody's wrist is that big, but I always cut to there because it gives me space, like an extra string to work with. And then we're going to take a handy dandy clothespin that we have not used in ages. Does anybody use clothespins for actually clotheslines anymore? When I grew up, oh my gosh, boy, did I hate that job. Oh my gosh. Washing clothes during the day. Mom would be at work and she'd be like, wash these loads of laundry while I'm gone, okay? And, she'd have them all separate in piles in the hallway. And, by the way, when you do this, the first one that you put on is going to be that knot cover. I'll explain why in a moment. But yeah, she would put it all out, have it all ready, and then during the day I would wash clothes. And we had a clothesline, and so after every load, I would go out on the bridge on the porch, and I would begin the process of, clothespins, putting clothes on the line. And I hated that. Oh my goodness. The worst thing would be like when a wet pair of jeans would fall off from the high porch, like when you're higher up on the stairs and the landing, and then you'd have to go down into the grass and you have to get them and bring them up. And they were so heavy and they would be just all like twisted and tangled. And oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I lived through that time. I don't know how many people anymore have clotheslines. My mom still does, and, it's nice because you get the island air, and you just can't have your clothes out too late because if after dark and when it cools down, the bugs want to go in them, so. But there is nothing better than clothes that is just freshly air-dried, and, oh my goodness, or getting into some fresh sheets, right? Tell me if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Good times. Good times. Now, I'm going to put a little butterfly like I showed you. And, oh, you know what? I can feel that this one's a different one. These mermaid glass. That's a whole other subject, friends. Have you ever heard of mermaid glass? So I'm going to put a little charm on here. But I think I'm going to do it at the end. I can still sneak it on because it's a jump ring. And we can put it wherever we want. Trust me, I found this out when I am working with customers and they go at the very end, you know what, I should have put a charm on that. Can I still do it? You sure can. You go get it and I will get the jump loop and we'll make it happen. But if you want to load up, I'm going to be doing some charm bracelets as well. Charm bracelets are really popular right now. Oh my gosh, I got a load of new charms in. I am so excited. I am so excited. All right, so isn't this pretty? Tell me if you love that. We can be friends if you love this. Like, this is your jam. This is my jam. Oh my gosh, I just love it. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, so you see how I put this thing on first? It's because where you start is where you end up. And I want to be able to end up here, put a knot and put it inside that little cave, the little tunnel, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do a tie right here. Now, one thing I will tell you, I do a special knot. It's called a surgeon's knot. You can look it up and watch a video and, see how it's done. If I tell you what, if I get at least 3 people down below that say, yes, I want to hear you talk about how to do a surgeon's knot, then I will go ahead and I will include that into a video for you. But if not, I'm just going to tell you that if you make these bracelets at minimal, you want to put at least 5 regular knots, okay? That can work too, because sometimes it's the sealing of them that is the iffy part. Now, because I'm an overachiever, I like when I make anything, I'm like, you will never come apart again, my friend. You are here to stay. So I think I put like maybe 6 in 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 in here, okay, with my surgeon's knot. That just all happened right here. But you know how you regularly tie a knot? Do at least the minimum of 5. Minimum of 5. Don't do any less than that, okay? And I've never had a bracelet come undone. So I've practiced it. The next thing I do is I pick up these little glues, liquid pens, and let me just get that going. There we go. You just press down on the tip, and then it's going to bring out some glue. And then I let it drop. And this is why I always have glue on my fingers. Now, once that is done, right there, then I'm going to take this off my finger, because you can't buy the finger. You can't afford that finger. I'm just going to blow on that a little bit right there. And then I like to make sure we're good to go. Do a tug from the top, tug from the bottom, snug as a bug in a rug. And then we're going to look for a pair of scissors. We're going to cut. All right, we're going to cut right there. Ooh, there we go. Almost didn't want to cut, but right, so that can be a thing. But I like to do many knots, and then I pull it up for you right here. That ain't coming undone. And then this goes right over the top of it. Boom. And then you'll never know. How will they know? They'll never know. And then when she's ready to rock and roll, right there. Just like that. Love it. But wait, there's more. So where did our beautiful butterflies go? Now, I have 4 of them on the pack. And honestly, I feel like opalite will work for all of these. So I'm going to do all of them. The light right here. And then I'm also going to do the dark as well. I think it'd be fun. And then what I like to do is, like I said, the type of shop that I have, people come in and they love to buy special things, but when they also know the meanings behind the crystals, remember how we talked about how the opalite is the reminder, it's just a very joyful stone. It helps you find the joy in life. And when you look at it, it is just beautiful glass. And there's just a beautiful aura and a radiance from it. And it's a very happy stone, right? It's a very happy crystal, man-made glass crystal. I'm just going to pull these off. Did I get you, friend? Maybe not all the way through. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Now these guys come with jump rings. Which are these guys here. I'm just going to make sure the jump ring looks secure and I'm happy with it, because all jump rings are not created equal. And I'm happy with that. So then all I have to do, so you either end up with buying packs of jump rings, but I never throw away a jump ring. Sometimes, for various reasons, I'll double do a jump ring and use, excuse my arm. And sometimes I put 2 on, right, if I need to. So I opened it up right there. Oh yeah, where's the bracelet? It's on your arm, Sonia. You want it. So I can put this anywhere. I could put it back here if I wanted to, but I feel like since that's kind of the back, I'm going to put it, drop it right down over that thing again. And I think, actually, if I count the beads, I can find the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So roughly what? 11 to 12 in, right? Will be right around the middle. I'll do right here. This feels about middle right here. Ooh, there goes my jump rings. Okay, so we take it off. Or the option is, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I kind of like how the butterfly is it's just gonna fling around, right? So we opened it up. All we have to do is just stretch the string, put it right inside of there, and then we'll catch the end of that, the end of this. Tell me if you're enjoying this tutorial, guys, and if you're loving this series on jewelry. It's how it's made. How sweet is that? Is that not cute? Oh, it's going to be so sweet as well with a white one. I think a white one will be really nice as well. But yeah, then when you put on your little bracelet, your clickety-clackety bracelet, you have this gorgeous little butterfly just right there like that. That is so pretty. And if you're like me, you probably love to stack your bracelets. So it's fun to have like little charms sticking off your arm. Very summery. Yeah, you know, it's just those little joys of life making it, but also getting to wear it. You know, I find that when I have my bracelets on, people and I sit down and I help them, they're always like, I love your jewelry. Did you make it? You know, because it's so pretty. It really is pretty. And yeah. It's just nice conversations with people. So I'm going to sit here and continue to make these right here. Gorgeous. You'll probably see a picture on my cover picture with them all done. And yeah, tell me if you enjoyed this video, if it was inspiring for you, and knowing that you can do whatever you want. Honestly, like right now, any other charms I had, just to give you an idea, because, you know, we can't stop. We love it so much. But yeah, you can put you could hang more charms off of here too. You know, so I could actually find a couple charms that I have, and I have a lot of charms, and just put a couple on there, and then it's just another way. This would actually look good with it because it has green and green. I might even do that. We'll see what we get into. It can be whatever you want it to be, right? Or I could take this one off and put my white ones on here, and then put this one on a black one, maybe like an obsidian bead too. Because once you put them on the charms, you just open up your jump rings, and you can move them around, you know, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to sit here and play. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I will also post these bracelets on my Etsy. They will be there this evening. When you see this video, know that they will have just gone up. And of course, I'm making all the jewelry for my physical shop. So, but I'm giving anybody who watches me online, if you see something that you want, I would love to send you some happy mail. So you can check all the bracelets completely finished there. But yeah, I hope it inspires you. I am off. I'm going to go take a walk with Matt now. And yeah, we were at the gym today. It just gave me so much motivation and energy. You know, objects in motion tend to stay in motion. I did a deep clean of my kitchen. I scrubbed the floor. I'm feeling good, and I feel like I'm knocking out some great things that you know, I've wanted to get to. By the way, tomorrow, I may get into this tomorrow. This is a quartz point, and I've been pulling all kinds of quartz points from the shop floor, and I'm going to wrap a few. So this is one of the ones I made for myself probably 3 years ago, and I couldn't tell you how many times, how many of these I have sold, because I've done all kinds of batches of them. I've also done like rose quartz hearts, malachite hearts, amethyst. I do wrapped labradorite. Those are really popular ones. Obsidian, that sort of thing. But the quartz points, I picked out a whole handful, and I'm going to be wrapping these. And, you know, these make really cool necklaces. So that's probably something we're going to get into. But yeah, picture that down there, right? And so you just put a longer cord if I wanted to kind of stack my necklaces. It's so much fun. All right, friends, with that, come back tomorrow. Will you please leave me, leave me a star below. If you got this far in the video, I love you. Thank you for your support and for showing up. If people enjoy these videos, I will continue to do them, my friend, because I enjoy making them. I enjoy having this creative outlet, and I look forward to sitting down and talking with you guys. And anyway, we're going to have a fun summer, but leave me a star below. It lets me know that you got this far in the video, that you enjoy. I'm not editing these videos. I'm just making, creating, putting them up, real, raw, organic, and just kind of, you know, hanging out with you guys. So with that said, have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.